اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. I am Rashida Abubakar, your host on the program As You Answer the Call. Glad to be with you once again. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, has continued to adopt the use of information and communication technology, ICT, to streamline its operations and improve services for Nigerian pilgrims. With the 2025 Hajj exercise fast approaching, we shall highlight the steps being taken by the Commission to put in effect the use of ICT innovation. Details shortly in our Spotlight segment. Also in the package, we have other regular segments such as Making the Hajj and NAHCON News Diary, which highlights the activities of NAHCON and other stakeholders in the Hajj industry. Still coming your way is the announcement of the quiz winner. Stay with us.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. The program begins with the News Diary. Top in the lineup, NAHCON management modifies contract agreement with Saudi company over Mushair services, and Borno State Governor Professor Umar Zulum visit Hajj House, pledges to support Hajj operations. Stay tuned for these and more.
NAHCON Chairman Professor Abdullahi Saleh Usman and Chairman of Masharik Al-Dahabiya, Mr. Muhammad Hassan, are pending their signatures on the amended contract agreements between the Commission and the Saudi-based service provider. The amendment was concluded at the Hajj House in Abuja on Saturday, the 22nd of February 2025. The initial agreement in the contract had anticipated serving 95,000 Nigerian pilgrims, but has been revised to 52,000. Speaking at the signing ceremony, NAHCON Chairman Professor Abdullahi Saleh and the Commission's Commissioner of Operations, Prince Anofiu Olarewaju Elegushi, provided further insight.
The Commission has not cancelled any contract between the Commission and any other company. This is a company we are talking about, Masharik Al-Dahabiya. This is the chairman, Muhammad Hassan. This is a team. They came from Saudi Arabia just to amend some areas in the previous arrangement.
It has been quoted in the previous agreement that we are coming with 95,000 pilgrims, which is not possible. So now that they have closed the registration of pilgrims of space from the Saudi Arabia, so we were able to just do only 52,000. So that's the only amendment we did in the agreement.
In his remarks, the Chief Executive Officer of Masharik Al-Dahabiya, Mr. Muhammad Hassan, reaffirmed the commitment of the company to give Nigerian pilgrims value for money.
Wallahi wa tallahi wa billahi, all our power and our force, our resource will be under the hand of all pilgrims of Nigeria. Shukran, thank you for this meeting. Inshallah, we'll be together, inshallah, in Mecca and more about how it is the best for the pilgrims, inshallah.
The Al-Dahabiya boss appreciated NAHCON and Nigerians for confidence reposed in the company. In the meantime, Borno State Governor Professor Umar Zulum visited the Hajj House early this week. NAHCON Chairman Professor Abdullahi Saleh Usman welcomed the governor. Speaking during the visit, the NAHCON boss appreciated Governor Zulum for supporting the commission. He then highlighted some of the arrangements so far made on the 2025 Hajj, particularly on securing space at Mina and Arafat.
It may interest you to know that the Commission has already booked space for 52,000 pilgrims at Mashair Masar Nusuk, and also book reasonable number for space for our VIPs. Additionally, we are also able to book on behalf of the tour operators a space of almost 15,000 pilgrims.
While appreciating the federal government's support in Hajj management, Governor Umara Zulum reiterated the commitment of his administration to also support Hajj operations.
I want to assure you that Government of Borno State, under my distinguished leadership, will provide the needed commitment and political will to support the National Hajj Commission. I want to use this opportunity to commend the federal government of Nigeria, under the distinguished leadership of His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and indeed the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for all the support that they have been rendering to the Hajj Commission since the beginning of this administration to date.
The governor also spoke on the successes and challenges recorded during the 2024 Hajj exercise, saying measures should be taken to address the issue of overbooking at VIP space in Muna.
And one major problem that we faced last year was that of overbooking. If you have a space for 100 persons, fine and good. That space should be allocated for 100 persons. Nothing more, nothing less. That is the main problem. I believe some of the challenges can be addressed. And there is a need for you to also continue with social reorientation. People ought to know what is ongoing during the Hajj operation, before, during, which is very critical for the success of the Hajj operation.
He then advised NAHCON on service delivery to Nigerian pilgrims and talked about the role of state governors towards ensuring the success of the Hajj operations.
How can we effectively manage the number of pilgrims that have so far registered their intention to perform the 2025 Hajj is very important. As the chairman of the Northeast Governors Forum, I want to assure you that I will convey all our discussions to the governors in the sub-region and to inform them that they should do everything possible to ensure that intended pilgrims have paid their dues as at when due.
Also speaking, NAHCON Commissioner of Operations, Prince Anofiu Olarewaju Elegusi, talked about the extension of pilgrims' registration period with about 3 weeks and the selection of airliners for 2025 Hajj.
The registration has been extended to the middle of Ramadan. That means we still have about 8 months, almost 8 months to register our pilgrims. Mr. Governor, sir, with the leadership of our chairman, we have done a lot and we believe we are good to go.
In other news, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, has added 3 more banks for the collection of deposits under the Hajj Savings Scheme. The additional banks are Taj Bank, Alternative Bank, and Lotus Bank. The banks will operate alongside Jaiz Bank, which is the pioneer bank of the scheme. This brings the number of participating financial institutions to 4. NAHCON Commissioner of Policy, Personnel Management and Finance, Prince Aliyu Abdul Razak, has presented official letters to the banks authorizing them to commence the collection of deposits from intending pilgrims. This was on the 25th of February 2025. NAHCON says the expansion is to enable subscribers have easy access to financial institutions across the country.
Alhamdulillah, you are still watching as you answer the call, a public enlightenment presentation that keeps you abreast of the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, and other Hajj-related matters. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, is gradually integrating the use of ICT into Hajj management. The Commission has developed many applications in order to achieve this objective. Tonight on the program, we shall focus on these mobile applications and their use. Stay tuned for the details in our Spotlight segment. Keep watching.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك لبيك لبيك.
Information Communication Technology, ICT, is very critical to the success of Hajj operations, and this is why it is being integrated into the Hajj system. Through the integration, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, is witnessing enhanced service delivery to Nigerian pilgrims. And so, presently, over 70% of the Commission's activities are IT-driven and further enhanced by the digitization program of Saudi authorities in Hajj operations.
I can guarantee you, I can confirm to you that most of our operation strategy, procedures, down from the registration, from the services being rendered, everything is being automated. And I don't know whether you're aware, last week we equally called states. They came here, we trained them on aspects that need to be done, more especially on the e-registration that we have locally here, and what the Saudis have, that is what we call Nusuk Masar, where they can upload pilgrims data of intending pilgrim and group them. We've done that last week Wednesday, we've trained them, and we've trained also the travel agents, that is popularly known as a tour operator. So we are fully prepared for the year, inshallah.
The ICT-based operations being carried out by NAHCON include Electronic Pilgrims Registration Portal, Electronic Medical Registration Module, Mobile Hajj Guide or Hajj Companion, Complaint Management System, and e-Directorate.
I can confidently tell you that last year we introduced a lot of innovations and it really worked out. It has been first of its kind, and out of what we've introduced what we call e-Directorate. That is a contact of all the personnel involved in the industry, from NAHCON, states, from the service providers, all committee members, where it's being hosted in the App Store. And very soon we are going to relaunch it. You will see it. It's called e-Directory, where you can see all the NAHCON from the chairman to the lowest rank of the officers, from the field offices of Muassasa, from the Dhaka airport, from the accommodation, everybody, including caterers, so that you don't need to be calling Mr. A or B before you can take a respond or to crisis, because as you are aware, Hajj, when you have issues, you don't need to wait for the time to end to report. There are some issues that need to be resolved instantly.
Also automated in the Hajj operations is the pilgrims release activities when returning home after the Hajj.
Pilgrim release has been a headache, more especially for the tour operators, because some of the Hujjaj, immediately after stoning the first Jamrat, they normally go. So retrieving those passports and bringing them from the field offices to the rightful owner at times takes up to 48 hours to do that because of the processes of the manual operation. So last year we sat down together at the ICT level. We came up with the technology known as pilgrim release. And I can tell you, we've started releasing pilgrims immediately after Arafat, and it was the most successful ever in the history of Hajj Commission. Travel agents have confirmed that for the first time in the history of NAHCON, we are able to pull out the real pilgrim data that are living.
The introduction of the Global Positioning System (GPS) application, among others, has further helped pilgrims to easily identify locations.
The GPS application's purpose is to navigate everybody, both officials and pilgrims, to the various sites, religious sites, accommodations, and any strategic location which we believe is important to the person concerned. So this GPS application is available on NAHCON's website. It's free. Anybody that has the link can quickly go there. And I think we've also circulated a little demo on how that application can be accessed.
In addition, The GPS application has been expanded to encompass the Hajj Companion. The expanded version has information on Hajj rights, call centers, and many more. Similarly, the electronic medical record application is being upgraded to serve pilgrims effectively. The system is used at NAHCON clinics during the Hajj exercise for easy capturing of pilgrims' data. As ICT continues to advance, both Nigeria and Saudi Arabia stand to benefit immensely from its integration into the Hajj management.
MashaAllah, the program is As You Answer the Call. Coming up next is Making the Hajj. Do stay with us.
Hajj is one of the pillars of Islam.
The circumambulation of the Holy Kaaba is a pillar of the major pilgrimage.
Arafah is the most significant pillar of Hajj.
Whoever misses Arafah has missed Hajj.
The most important benefit of Hajj is to be born again.
And Al-Hajj al-Mabrur, accepted Hajj, has no any reward except the paradise.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك.
Apart from performing the Hajj once in their lifetime, the Muslim Ummah are also encouraged to perform the Umrah or Lesser Hajj. What then is the Umrah or Lesser Hajj? How is it performed and when?
Umrah is a visitation of the...
On Making the Hajj tonight, Dr. Muhammad Kabir Adam answers these and other questions.
Allah in His infinite mercy made mention in one verse where He says, وَأَتِمُّ الْحَجَّ وَالْعُمْرَةَ لِلَّهِ, meaning you fulfilled the Hajj rite and Umrah rite for Allah's sake, meaning to observe Hajj and Umrah for Allah's sake. So if we say Umrah, what is Umrah? Umrah is a visitation of the Holy Land, the sacred land, meaning to visit the Kaaba Mosque, that is Baytullah al-Haram, with the intention of performing Ibadah.
The three pillars of Umrah or Lesser Hajj are Ihram, Tawaf, and Sa'i, or the walk between the hills of Safa and Marwa.
But for Hajj is 4, plus these 3, and you add Arafah. That's so. Arafah is the only difference between Hajj and Umrah. All the exercises are the same.
To begin with, pilgrims performing the Umrah rites start by declaring intention and assume the state of Ihram.
First of all, an intending Umrah pilgrims will now, first of all, take the intention of Umrah. That intention will take place in what we call al-miqat. Miqat means appointed places for pilgrims to take their Hajj or Umrah intention. At the intention place, you are expected to take a shower, ritual shower. Then perform ablution. After the ablution, you now stand and perform 2 raka'at nafila. Then immediately you now do the intention.
After the Ihram, the pilgrims perform Tawaf, which is another pillar of Umrah.
Starting from where we call Hajarul Aswad. You start from there, then you come back to the place, you round the Kaaba from Hajar al-Aswad, come back to the same Hajar al-Aswad, you had 1 round. So then you do it 7 times. Since that it is Umrah, the time you just arrived, you are needed, not compulsory, but you are needed at least to jog. For the first round, second round, third round, you jog. Then you continue normal walking. But for women, they don't need to jog.
Next is for the pilgrim to do Sa'i, that is the walk between Safa and Marwa.
Prophet ﷺ says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala started with Safa. Therefore, he too will start from Safa. That is why starting point for Sa'i is Safa. So you now go to the Safa mountain. From there, you now face the Kaaba. You recite at least Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, walillahi alhamd, Allahu Akbar, Alhamdulillahi wahda, wa nasara abda, wa hazama al-ahzaba wahda, up to the end. You recite this at the Mount of Safa as you are facing the Kaaba. So now from there you now start walking, normal walking, up to the time you now reach after a few meters, as you are walking few meters, around 50 meters around that, you see by your own right hand side green light. So now they just do it across, just for you just to know. So as you reach that green light, as a man you start jogging, but women, they can walk normally. So but as for man, you need to be jogged. So after you start jogging from that green light, you reach another green light, you stop jogging, you continue walking normally. You recite as much as you can the number of supplications, the same as you did at Tawaf. So when you reach the Marwa, you now do the same thing you did at Safa. You face the Kaaba, offer some supplication. So as you reach Marwa, you had one round. We call it one round. Then from there, you now come back. You do jogging between the green light. Then you now come to the mount, the Safa Mount. Now you have two. You now go back to Marwa, you have three. Come back to Safa, you have four. Go back to Marwa, you have five. From Marwa, come back to Safa, you had six. Then from Safa, you now go back to Marwa again. That is seventh round.
With the completion of the sa'i, male pilgrims will be required to shave their head, while women, on the other hand, will cut a strand of their hair.
Alhamdulillah, now it's time to know the winner of last week's quiz and also the question for this week. Good luck.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Welcome to the quiz segment. The question in the last episode was, what is expected of pilgrims after performing sa'i? The correct answer is, at the end of sa'i, male pilgrims shave their hair, while females cut a strand of theirs. The winner is Hawa Madu from Abuja. She provided the answer ahead of others. Hawa Madu will be contacted on how NAHCON will reach her with the prize she won. A quiz winner will get 25,000 Naira cash prize. This is part of NAHCON's efforts in social investment in Nigeria. Now to the quiz for this week, and the question is, Yamul Tarwiyah marks the beginning of the Hajj. What day of Zulhijjah is it? Again, Yamul Tarwiyah marks the beginning of the Hajj. What day of Zulhijjah is it? Text your answer to the number showing on your screen. The winner will be the first person whose correct answer is received. All answers should carry the name and the location of sender. Good luck and happy viewing.
Once again, good luck to you. Up next are your messages.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لبيك.
Muhammad Mukhtar sent in the first message. It reads, I want to thank the National Assembly for making efforts to ensure further reduction in the 2025 Hajj fare. May Allah reward you all. The second message came from GSM number 070-3229-1170. It says, Assalamu alaikum. I appreciate the efforts of NAHCON management and the entire staff of the Commission for doing a good job in the Hajj industry.
The message segment ends this week's edition of the program. See you same time, same day next week with another edition of the program. But before we go, remember that you can send your messages, comments, observations and questions through our mobile phone number and other social media platforms. Thanks for watching. Ma'assalam.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا